The benefit of daydreaming: on a daily basis, you spend between a third and half your working hours daydreaming. They may sound like a huge waste of time, but scientists think it must be have some purpose, or humans wouldn't have evolved to do so much of it. So to figure out what's going on here, let's take a closer look at the mind wanderer in Shift, the bored teenager. Wouldn't it be cool to discover something, anything, like even this plan, just be one of the explorers who sail around driving stuff for years on end and everyone thinks they are genius? But does anyone even do that anymore? Is there anything left to discover? And would I be tough enough to deal with the dictionary of scurvy or piranhas or whatever? And I barely have the endurance to make it through track practice, but I will, and they know I'll have the discipline to show up before sunrise and practice. I'll win all my races. Winning will become so easy. I'll pick up other events just for fun. And once I'm in the Olympics, they have no choice but to crown me team captain, which I will gracefully accept. And I will be nasty to the teammate who yelled at me. No, I'll just calmly say, "Hope you're in a better mood." Okay, yours and people daydreaming might sound feel like something like that. Let's see what's going on. To see what part of the brain are active when you're doing a task or thinking or daydreaming, scientists use brain imaging techniques that show increased blood flow and energy expenditure in those areas. These area are active, working together and communicating with each other. Taken together, they call the executive network. When your mind starts to wander, a different set of brain's area become active. This area make up the default mode of network. The name of default mode makes it sound like nothing is going on, and in the facts, for many years, scientists associated this pattern of activity with rest. But a closer look reveals that these are the brain are involved. When we receive it a memory, when we think about our plan, our hopes, and yes, when our mind are wandering off on a wild daydream, the mind can wander into unproductive or distressing place, or broad or negative past events like argument. It also can wander to neutral, everyday matter like planning out the rest of one afternoon. But where mind wandering really gets interesting, it is when it crosses into the realm of free moving associative thought that you aren't consequently directing. This kind of mind wandering is associated with increase in both ideas and positive emotions. To give evidence suggests that daydreaming can help people envision ways to reach their goals and negative relationships and social situations. Scientists think that they may be two essential part of this process. A generative praise of free-flowing ideas and spontaneous thoughts, a courtesy of the default mode network, followed by a processing of selecting, developing, and pursuing the best ideas from the generative burst, driving by logical things thanks to the executive network. A host of imaging studies suggest that these two networks working in sync is a crucial condition for creative thinking. Taken together, the evidence clearly suggests the logical realm of the executive network and imaginative realm of default network are closely related. As you can see, the executive network is playing a role when the default mode network is doing the thing during daydreaming. In teenagers, the prefrontal cortex and other areas involved in executive function are still developing, but teens are perfectly capable of thinking through their problem and goals, especially when given space to do so on their own.